It's another week, another new comic book day. Let me show you what I got. So hi, this is James for Read More Comics. If you do listen to me ramble on and talk about comic books, please do like, share, subscribe. Hit the bell up in the corner so that way you get notifications anytime I post new content. So this is the first week of October, and I went to my LCS, Buy Me Toys in beautiful Mishawaka, Indiana to pick up my comic books. And for the most part, I think these are pre-orders. I think I picked up one book. It was a back issue. We'll talk about that. And I also swapped out one of my pulls for what I thought was a better book. So let me go ahead and get into it. First up, we have from DC Comics. This is part of their All-In initiative. We have Aquaman issue number 10. Now, I'm a couple issues behind on this, and I've been pulling the A cover. I've been kind of reflecting on the books I've been pulling, and what I'm finding is, I do really like the trade dress, and though the cardstock quality of the variant covers that DC come out with is tactily, it's an enjoyable experience when you're reading the book. It feels a little bit more solid. It's just an extra $1 for a piece of cardboard. And with a couple exceptions, I'm going with all the A covers now in DC. We'll see that with the next issue, which is Batman and Robin, issue number 25. This is by Daniel Warren Johnson, who's been doing a heck of a run on Batman and Robin. I have this really cool, let's see who's doing the cover here. This is Tony Daniels. Tony Daniels right here. We got my personal favorite, Robin. Damian Wayne on the cover. That's a very cool. This has been a great run, and I think this is in the second arc. I haven't quite finished the first arc, which I think lasted about 8 issues, so I'm only a couple issues behind. And then we have Conan the Barbarian. This is issue 25 by Titan Comics, and to celebrate, they did a couple things, and I thought this was pretty cool. First off, let me pull this out. It is a gorgeous wraparound cover, okay, and this is by Alex Horley, and they did a double size issue. So instead of, usually they're about 21 pages, this is 41 pages of content, which is very cool. Jim Zub has been just knocking it out of the park on Conan the Barbarian, and if you enjoyed Conan back in the old Marvel, definitely recommend this. The art is fantastic. The storytelling has been great. And every issue they have back matter in it that really shows that this initiative Titan Books has. They've been, Titan Comics, they've been doing their research, looking into Robert E. Howard's stories and trying to capture kind of the pulpiness of Conan. This is the first issue in a DC event. This is DCKO. All right. And KO stands for King Omega. And this is I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. It's kind of like the old transparency film. It's kind of a plastic cover with art underneath it. One of the reasons it's a gimmick, but one of the reasons why I went with this, but it's also somehow connecting to the Absolute Comics story that they've been telling. I think in this event they're supposed to have a crossover where we see Absolute Batman in the mainstream DC continuity, I think, which was enough to hook me. I've been kind of trying to follow the big story that the All-In initiative has been telling, trying at least. This is a back issue. This is Death of Silver Surfer, issue number 3, written by Greg Pak. It's a very cool cover. Silver Surfer is one of my favorite Marvel characters, and I just don't think they, other than the Dan Slott story about 10 years ago, where it went for about 30 issues, if you added it all up. They split up the volume, which made no sense, but whatever. Silver Surfer's only been showing up in kind of cameos here or there, or miniseries like this. My LCS switched when Diamond went belly up to a different online FOC, for those of you that don't know it, that's final order cutoff system, where you could pre-order books and manage your subscriptions. And I think I missed this book. I realized when I looked at my CLZ app, I didn't have it, so I picked it up this week. And then, let's see, we only have a couple books left. We have Fantastic Four, issue number 10. This is a facsimile of volume 1. I really dig the Jack Kirby art right there on Mr. Fantastic. So this year, Marvel's been reprinting these, which is awesome. You get the same ads, you get the same story. It is a little smaller format because this is not a Silver Age book, right? Silver Age books, maybe a 1/4 inch all the way around, so it's bigger than a modern comic book. But you get the same feel of it. The only thing I prefer in the DC facsimiles is the paper quality. They use something that's more akin to a newsprint that these would have been made in, a little rougher paper quality. But it's still really cool to have. And I'd never be able to touch this on the open market. That's just not going to be ever in my budget. We have G.I. Joe, Real American Hero, issue number 321. This is from Skybound on Image imprint by Robert Kirkman. And this is a big deal because this is the 300th issue since the Storm Shadow silent issue. It wasn't Storm Shadow, it's Snake Eyes right here. His silent issue by Larry Hama. This one's also written by Larry Hama, and so they have another special silent interlude issue, which will be really cool. This is just total nostalgia fare for me. I grew up with G.I. Joe. My last issue, and this is when I swapped out. I pre-ordered a different issue, and I saw this in the solicits, and I was hoping I could pick it up. So we have Absolute Batman, issue number 13. This is the ABC. This is the D cover by Nick Tragata, which is one of the reasons why I wanted it. So we have Catwoman. The A cover also has Catwoman. This is one of the ratio variants. I think this is a 1 in 25. And what you can see is it's, I think it's called the camouflage cover or something like that. If you look closely, sorry about the glare, you see that Catwoman suit is blending in with the background. So I thought that was pretty cool. It was a little bit more, I think this was $14, but it's a cool cover and it's cardstock, and I've been really digging Absolute Batman. So, well, those are all my comics this week. Tell me what you think. Leave a comment down below. Is there anything you picked up that you'd recommend? Any book you saw that interests you, caught your eye? I'd really like to know it. Thank you for listening to me ramble on about comic books. Hope everybody has a great weekend, and don't forget to read more comics.